and welcome to this week's Fundraising Friday tip. This tip has to do with how to evaluate how effectively you're raising funds for your organization. A couple simple questions that you can ask yourself and some simple data to pull to find out how effectively you're managing your fundraising operations. First of all, ask yourself how this year compared to previous years and how much money that you raised. Did you raise more? Did you raise less? When you look at that raw number, then ask yourself, was anything different about this year? For example, did you have a special project one year and not the other that might have artificially inflated your numbers? Number two, look at your donors. How many new donors did you have this year compared to last year? Are you continuing to add new donors into your funnel? Relatedly, number three, how many donors stayed? What's your donor retention rate? It's much cheaper to keep a donor than it is to get new donors. And once you've had a donor giving to you for 3 years in a row, they're likely to stay a donor for life. So what is your donor retention rate? If it's below 50%, you want to work more on that. If it's above 75%, you are a rock star and keep doing it. Next, ask yourself about your major donors. Which major donors gave last year but didn't give this year? Why? Did you ask them? Do you know why they didn't give? If you don't, it might be a great opportunity to engage them. Make a phone call and just say, hey, I noticed you didn't give this year. Can I ask why? Don't argue with them, but you might learn something very important. Finally, look at your donors who upgraded or downgraded. Who gave more money this year than last year, and who gave less? Do you have more donors giving more, or more donors who are giving less? You might start to look at your messaging and try and figure out why donors aren't giving as much this year as they may have given last. Those are some basic ways to just look at how effectively you're raising funds from one year to the next. I recommend not waiting till the end of the year to look at these numbers, but to do this periodically throughout the year. That's this week's Fundraising Friday tip. Thanks, and have a great weekend.